So no, I'm just a regular guy that had enough money, I had to take out a loan to buy the cleanest car in the world that I can drive around just on electricity and buy my electricity from a hydro power plant. Not nuclear, not coal, not natural gas, none of that crap. My electricity is clean and so is my car, and I'm proud of it.
Perfect. It's noisy. You'll learn with time. Let me get the camera so let me do that. Love it.
So I'm inside my Chevy Volt, and I've been driving around Worcester for the last few days, and I went 115 miles roughly. I used a half a gallon of gas. That's the equivalent of 223 miles per gallon. Over here on the dash, my battery's fully charged. I just unplugged it out of my house recently. And this also tells me when I can charge and when I can get this thing going. It's got electronic climate control. It's a little mini luxury car with all the other things you'd expect. And also it rates me on my driving style. So when I drive my Chevy Volt and I come back, it tells me was I an aggressive driver, was I a good driver. So it's teaching me how to drive a car properly. I plug it in my house, I charge it up, I run all my errands, I go to the bank, I visit my brother in Northborough, I come back and no gasoline. So I'm looking at the dash of my Chevy Volt, and I'm looking at a little meter that says I've got 223 miles per gallon. That's the equivalent when you're talking about electricity. I've driven about 115 miles around Worcester. It took a half a gallon of gas to go that far. Okay, so I drove around Worcester. I've driven 115 miles in the last few days. But one of my trips was beyond 35 miles, so I had to use a half a gallon of gas to get back. This has a gasoline generator that kicks in when the big battery gets so low that it can't power the car anymore. But I averaged 223 miles per gallon. Not bad when fuel's $4 a gallon. And my gas station is attached to the wall of my house. I just plug it into 220 volts, charge it up, and off I go. Mind if I just back? Is anything behind me?
Do what you gotta do. Nope, nothing's behind you.
I'm going to back up the camera on this one so I can see. Clear. I'm just going to pull in the other direction. I'll be right back.
Oh, wow.
It's awfully quiet, isn't it?
It's so quiet.
Yeah.
This doesn't make any noise. So like most modern cars today, your key is just a key fob. And you push a button to get in and out. But this one has an extra little spot. And right over here on my car, when I press this button, this little door is going to open up. Now that's the charging point. So when I get to a place where I can charge my car, I park it, I open the door, and I take my, what looks like a little gas pump, right? Only this thing, instead of having gasoline, electrons come out of it. So I walk over to my car, I plug it in, and I wait just a moment. There's a little light on the dashboard that's lit up, and this thing's going to beep, and the light's going to turn green. Then I know, there it goes. Now this thing is charging. So I can just lock my car, go off shopping, get a cup of coffee, whatever I need to do.
How long does the charge last?
Well, I can go about 40 miles on one charge.
Uh-huh.
And if they put a battery in here that would go 80 miles, it would have cost another $10,000 for the car.
Okay.
It costs you about $10,000 for a battery that'll go 50 miles. So when you want 100 miles, you have to have a $20,000 battery.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to go 200 miles, you need a $20,000 or $40,000 battery. So the price gets up there pretty fast. Batteries for these cars, expensive. Hopefully the price will come down over some time. Just trying to get by you here.
So how is this handled during the winter?
I don't know. I bought this car about 6 weeks ago.
Okay.
But I belong to a Volt internet chat group. There's about 1,000 Volt owners. I'm one in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
And some of these Volts have been sold where it's still snowing.
Oh, wow.
And the other Volt owners, their report is great in the snow.
Ah.
It makes sense because it's got a big, huge battery. So the car weighs about 3,600 pounds. And the heavier your car is, the better it goes in the snow. So my guess is it'll be fine. I'll find out next winter. I'm just glad winter's over. You kidding me? This is horrible winter. So the charger is 220 volts. My meter runs a little bit more. And if I drive this car every day, this is going to add about $1.50 a day to my electric bill. If I don't drive it that day, it doesn't add anything. Just like gas in your tank doesn't cost you, it just sits there. So we use the Volt for driving around Worcester, visiting friends, shopping, everything you need to do.
So it's like running on the same power that your house is running on.
Right. Most houses have 220 volts somewhere to power your electric dryer.
Right.
So my electrician chose to put the charger here because right behind here is the electric panel for my home. So the closer you put your charger to where the power comes in, the least expensive it is to hook it up. You didn't have to run a very long wire.
Right.
4 feet of wire, and I had my charger installed, so we're good.
I'm just going to get a couple shots
Yeah,
of just
sure.
the car and,
Okay.
and its beauty.
Isn't it? It's a pretty car, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they styled it nice.
Do you want the cord in it on the car shot?
I think it's a better shot,
Okay.
but I can do. You do that, and I'll take
we'll
the
just
cord
do it
out.
both. Yeah, we'll do it both ways, and then
Sorry.
I'll let my
Because it's unusual, people never see a cord plugged into a car. It's kind of weird. It's not warming up here, is it, Ted?
in the sun, it's nice.
Yeah. Did you ever find that piece of paper I was looking for?
So it was over
Okay.
on the table.
Okay, great. Did you
Yeah.
ever show it to the other lady?
Yes, I did.
Okay, great.
So you got more than one car here, or that's electrical?
These are all hybrids.
This is
Are all hybrids?
Yes.
This is kind of cool. That Insight is the first hybrid sold in Massachusetts. I bought that brand new
Oh, wow.
11 and a half years ago. But what's cool is that's the first hybrid Honda made, the first hybrid Toyota made, and the first hybrid Ford made, and the first, in my opinion, efficient hybrid that General Motors made.
Yeah, these are one of the. Yeah, I remember.
So we have a little hybrid museum we're just showing you.
I remember. I remember when I saw the documentary "Who Killed the Electric Car."
Right.
I
Now,
saw.
you know the Revenge Electric Car goes national this Friday? Or
Yeah.
Today, Friday. Yeah, they're kicking off.
Yeah, I heard they destroyed all the electric cars.
Well, the
yeah.
Revenge Electric Car is about this Chevy Volt.
Oh,
It's a car about
sweet.
This movie about this. I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
And it's about this car and how General Motors cleaned up their act.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the first one was anti-GM. Who Killed Electric Car was very anti-GM. The new one is pro-GM, and it's done by the same guy. So he has changed his mind about General Motors.
So how did the other cars handle the winter? Because you said you had the other
Oh,
ones.
this is great. That Ford Escape's got a lot of ground clearance. That's
Yeah.
great in the snow.
Yeah.
This one is only okay because the transmission in this one is very, very electronically protected.
Okay.
So if your front wheels start to slip, it shuts the power down.
All right.
Of all the cars, that's the best one in the snow because it's a stick shift.
Oh.
So I can put it in third gear and
So they
load it
make
through the
stick
snow.
shifts in the-
They make
for
standard shift.
electric.
That's a stick shift hybrid. Very, very
Oh,
rare.
wow.
So of all the cars in the snow that I've driven in the snow, that's the best one right there.
Uh-huh.
Plus I've got 4 snow tires for it.
Oh, wow.
So I put snow tires on all 4 wheels when I trug along in Worcester.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Exactly.